Welcome back to Neil RC, y'all. Here we are again. We got another car on the bench here. We're gonna have a little chit chat about. This is my wife's, as we call it, KitKat. She calls it KitKat. It's a bomber, basically. She's had different panels put on it. They're plastic panels all the way around. Okay, nothing really spectacular other than these ones here were done by some people in Georgia. Wayne and I want to say Michelle, Wayne and Michelle. I know one was Wayne, but anyway, they're the ones that dipped these for her and sent them out to her. It was greatly appreciated. That's back when they were doing a lot of painting and dipping. The side panels that you see here and here were done up by my wife herself with the little bedazzles and whatnot. They've seen better days, but they're still on there. They still look cool. This vehicle here has had some huge changes. It went from a black frame to a pink, and now kind of going through into back to the black frame again from the wear and the abuse that she has put this thing through. Absolutely stupid fast. Okay, it's got a 2-speed transmission in it here, and the 2-speed is ran by a Sabox servo. It does still fit the 2S battery pack only. We have not been able to get a 3S in that comfortably, so it's still running the 2S battery in this particular model, which is fine for me, and I make it fine for her. We have geared it a little differently, which makes it a little bit better for her, especially with having that 2-speed. It's not just a crawler, it can be a bouncer. It is running a Castle. Yeah, you heard me. It's actually running a Castle motor in this. The blue slate motor from Castle, which, if I'm not mistaken, if I can get in there, let's see. I don't know if I'm going to be able to tell, but it's the blue slate. It's censored or sensorless, and she's running hers censoredless. It is running the BLX 100, which is the other reason why we've kept it running a little on the slow side. It's 2 to 3S capability, and I know that's what the motor on this thing is capable of running, is 2 and 3S only. I believe that's a 13 tooth. Yeah, it's a 13 tooth pinion. As you can hear, very quiet. I love it. It is running the steel gear, mod 0.8 gear, hot racing, 60 tooth spur gear. Works really good on this, especially for having the 2-speed, low range, high range. I am running the IC5s on hers, which are still capable of hooking to the blue EC5s. The other reason why I've kept that. Okay. This battery end right here also has a glitch pack on the batteries, or on the ESC battery wires, to help with the reduce of cross radio interference. Helps a lot. She is running just a 20 kg servo up here in the front. It's a DS3218 Pro, which is waterproof. Plenty of power. And yes, that servo horn's been hit a few times. She's hit that a few too many times, where it's actually now got a curvature to the servo horn. But it does not interfere with the steering. Still has plenty of room there for that. She does have a hot racing rear end drive shaft. She is still running the plastic slip sleeve axial drive shaft in the front. She's got to have a braking spot for this, guys. These gears that are in these pumpkins, front and rear, are absolutely phenomenal. They're helical geared, which means they have a curve to the gear on the pinion and spur, and they bite really hard, okay? And my wife's not really good about trigger off, trigger on kind of thing, so I have to put the black plastic for the front for a braking point, because she will put her nose up against something, as we can see from the servo horn here. It's got a severe bend to it. Yeah, you're not going to be able to tell there at all. But there is a massive curve there in that aluminum servo horn that's taken a huge hit on the head of that screw. She is running metal links, off-brand market for this. Nice, thick, beefy links. Good, solid links. I don't have a problem with them. She hasn't had a problem with them. They're the basic links you would use for a bomber. Y'all, I mean, they're just metal now. It does have the metal skid plate, aluminum skid plate for the motor mount. The transmission in here is all metal now, complete front to back, top to bottom, bearings everywhere. Best of the best that I can get for it. Like I said, it's got a Savox steering servo, the gear servo to go between high and low. That is also waterproof. It is the SW-025MG. Not a lot of a servo there that's needed. It's only going between gears of low and high. It's only going this far. Okay, it doesn't need to be doing much more than that. So that servo will do the trick. I do have other servos coming from Mias that I plan on upgrading that to. That depends on when they get here. I know that whole shipping thing is an absolute nightmare here lately. So that all has got to change. Hopefully in time they'll get better. I do have the bracket back here for another servo. If I decide to put steering servo back here for her, she don't like the rear steering on this. She hates having more stuff going on her remote than what she needs. She doesn't mind a simple button to push from high to low. That's easy enough for her to deal with. So that's why this one stays the way it is. So I'll probably end up taking that bracket off over time and just putting the screws in there to fill in the holes so water can't get in. Because she does water bomb this thing a lot. Okay, this thing's got some really beefy tires on it. As you can tell, they're the same things I run on my Polar. That's what got me into putting these on my Polar, my 20-pound Polar. These tires have held up to her as fast as they're going, and no holes, no problems with these tires at all. She does have aluminum rims. I believe those are Amazon bought, if I'm not mistaken. They're just your average Amazon steely wheel. She wanted the gray with a black rim, so that's what I got her. Receiver is back here in the back of the box, which this camera over here can also see now. The receiver is back here with a small antenna straw, keeping it high and dry. All the wires are up here, running into the bottom of that with a rubber seal, silicone seal that goes around it. The battery goes up front like it always has. Other than that, it's just your basic body. Was painted, spray painted Pasadena pink at one time. I don't know if it's so Pasadena pink anymore, but yeah, it's Pasadena pink. It's basically what that is. All the wiring's been tucked up away from gears. I keep the gears clear. I don't like putting guards on them because things get stuck in them, and next thing you know, your gears are locked up and you're underwater. Like I said, she does run this in water, so that whole having to have something in there to protect the gears was a no-go. That was an instant no-go. Keep them open. Stuff can float in, stuff can float out. Yeah, I know what I mean. If it stops going forward, ease back a little bit and it'll ease back and chew it back out. That's not an issue, or vice versa. Plastic cage, as I said, metal driveline, metal skid, metal axles, metal wheels, rubber wheels, thick rubber wheel at that. That's actually a few millimeters now. That's probably closer to 3 to 4 millimeter thick rubber at the thinnest spot. Okay, it's probably closer to 6 or 7 mils for the treaded area difference. She hasn't played with it much. It's wears on her over time to get out and actually play with them all the time. So she's the only one that plays with hers. I let her have at it. That's on her. She does have a rope that was made here on the back that she takes with her in case I need to pull her out. We'll just feed it through and I'll yank her out through the back or front depending on what it is. She still has one of the window skirts here for the side. She's lost her racing skirt for the driver's side. We don't run interior. It holds stuff in. It gets a chance of getting caught in there. She does have a fan on the ESC that still runs, still works, still functions. There is no cooling fan for the motor. Hasn't needed it at all. She goes too fast, and the air movement underneath this thing, because it's an open tub chassis, or an untub chassis. It's an open chassis, so therefore air can go right straight through, no needing to stop it. So therefore there's that. Other than that, it's pretty simple. Still running the axial shocks and Traxxas in the rear. Yep, running Traxxas in the rear and axial in the front for shocks still. Seems to be working. I'm not complaining. Keeps it nice and level. Keeps the sway out of it a little bit. Yeah, it does a little bit when she gets on it, kind of hard. But y'all, I can't stop it. I can't mock this, you know. It literally, I've seen this thing land this way and stop this way too many times. And it's got just enough forward bite that it wants to fall forward. Okay, I got it. It's good. I'm happy with it. There's just enough forward bite with this to keep that falling forward. But yet, when she does this on the back, it stays usually right about there if it goes over at all. And then all she has to do is just give it some gas and down she comes. Ooh, that actually made the camera shake. Sorry, guys. Didn't mean to cause an earthquake. But yeah, that's KitKat. That's my wife's bomber. That's all I got to say about that one. Thanks again for coming by, hanging out with us. Make sure you tune in, sub up, and subscribe to me, please. I'm trying to get this YouTube channel going. I'm at like 164 now. I need to get it up. I want to try and hit 700 by the end of this coming year. I really want to hit that 700 mark. 6 would even be nice. I'd even love to see 6. But like I said, I can't go live until I hit 1,000. And so many views have to be watched on my channel. And regular views have to be watched before I can get to that going live part. So, you guys want to see me live? Sub up, tune in, like it, follow me, share it, please. The more people we have, the better off the whole community is, because if I can't answer questions about something, somebody else here I know can. So like I said, if you have any questions about KitKat, holler at me. I'll let you know. The transmission was gotten off of Amazon. The skid was gotten off of Amazon. The axles were gotten off of Amazon. The shocks I had laying here from other projects. But that's about it, really. The links all came from Amazon. Most of the stuff I get comes off of Amazon. We don't have a hobby part store nearby, so that kind of hurts us here. So we have to get a lot of stuff off of Amazon and wait for it to get here. But thanks for tuning in, subbing up, hitting that like button, and following. And thanks for watching the videos. I appreciate it. Now y'all go ahead and watch this one. Thank you for watching. And be ready for next week, because we got another cool car coming up next week. And we'll see y'all then. Neil RC, we out.